Tearing down Calvinism, faith, responsibility, and the God who deals justly. Calvinism teaches that man is totally depraved, utterly unable to believe unless God regenerates him first. It claims that only a predestined few are given saving faith, while the rest are left in darkness, ordained to judgment, with no chance to believe. But Scripture presents a very different God, one who deals to every man a measure of faith, one who invites whosoever will to come, and one who holds people accountable for how they respond to what they've been given. John 6:29 shatters Calvinist logic. This is the work of God, that ye believe on him whom he hath sent. Jesus didn't say the work of God is that you be regenerated so that you can believe. He made it clear belief is the work that God calls for. Not irresistible regeneration, not secret election, just simple God-given faith exercised freely. Romans 12:3 tells us that God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. This directly contradicts the idea that only the elect are granted the ability to believe. If every man is given faith, then every man is accountable for how he uses it. That's where the parable of the talents in Matthew 25 exposes Calvinism for what it is, a theology that buries God's justice. In the parable, each servant is given talents according to his ability. The master later returns and judges them, not based on what they didn't receive, but based on what they did with what they were given. The servant who buried his talent wasn't told you were predestined for this. He was rebuked for being wicked and slothful because he could have done something and chose not to. If Calvinism were true, that parable would make no sense. God would be condemning people for not multiplying something they never had. Yet Jesus teaches that God gives, expects, and judges based on real opportunity and response, not pre-scripted fate. Even 2 Thessalonians 1:3 shows that faith grows. That's not the language of deterministic grace. That's the language of stewardship. God gives the gift, and we are called to walk in it, grow in it, and bear fruit through it. Calvinism attempts to magnify God's sovereignty by erasing human responsibility. But in doing so, it paints God as unjust, condemning the unelect for failing to respond to a gift he never offered them. That's not sovereignty. That's cruelty. The God of Scripture is sovereign, yes, but he is also righteous. He doesn't call for fruit where he never planted. He doesn't condemn servants for failing to multiply talents he never gave. The truth is this: God's grace is real, and it is extended to all. Faith is his gift, not reserved for a secret few, but dealt to every man. The will of God is that all believe. The work of God is that we believe on Christ. And the judgment of God is based on whether we trusted him with what we were given. Calvinism must fall, not because man is wise, but because God is just.